Hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. In the last video, um, hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. In the last video, we saw how to make this hoop earrings from scratch. Actually, you make the hoop itself and then wire wrap it with some seed beads and some roundel crystals. So I'm gonna make a similar one, but with a slight difference in this. So I made the frame, then I added beads, and then I added a coil, then I added a dangle. We're going to design this earring with bargain bead box subscription for the month of October 2023. We received these beautiful leaves and these bicone beads. So I'm just gonna drop some here, and all you need to do is use any rounded object from around your house. I'm using the Bead Buddy. This is like a staple thing. It's very it's inexpensive, so you can buy this off of Amazon or anywhere else you want. And then take some 20 gauge wire, make a coil around the frame that you want the size of your hoop to be. If you don't have this, you can use any rounded object around your house. For example, something like this. It'll be a bigger one, so depending upon what size you want, or some bottle like this will also suffice. Anything rounded, just wrap it around a couple of times. I will add the portion of the uh, video that I did this hoop. I showed you guys how to do this hoop and cut this off with. Okay, so this earring is completely handmade. I haven't used any ear wire from my stash. I made this ear wire myself, and I also made the frame and wrapped the wire. So I wanted to show you guys how to make that. So I made this bracelet in one of my classes. So I take jewelry making class. I made this bracelet in the class, and I kind of used this roundel mix, and I really like the way this bracelet turned out to be. It's a very simple bracelet. I think I have already a video about this, but nevertheless I will make one more, is what I was thinking. And then I had this roundel mix in my stash. I had a very few leftover. I used quite some, so I wanted to show you guys how to make this. First of all, we will try to make the ear wires. It's so simple. For to make this earring completely, we need 20 gauge wire, and then 24 gauge wire, both spools we need. And then we will make the ear wire with the 20 gauge and the frame with the 20 gauge, but the wrapping will be with 28 gauge, and also beads. Some beads, any beads would work as long as it's small. If you want a bigger version, then you can make a bigger frame and do the same. Then you can use bigger beads, but I'm using 3x4 millimeter roundels here and in a mix. And then I have some tenno seed beads. These are tenno seed beads from from Hobby Lobby, I guess. So these are the ones. These are the Bead Treasures brand, and these are not Mayuki or Delica's or Toho or Czech. Those are all very uniform beads. These are very uneven beads, but still it will work for this purposes. If you are bead weaving, then you want those, all of those. And then a ruler would be good. Then the item that you need is this guy. It's a Bead Buddy. It's like a, you can make forms in the round shape in different sizes. You can see that it starts from the small to the big. It's from the band Bead Buddy. It's very, very inexpensive, but you don't have to have this. You can have just medicine medicine box or something round you have in your stash. You can wrap your wire around this and then make the frame. It's totally up to you. Okay, so since I want a smaller one, You can make a bigger one, smaller one, whichever you have. So any bottle would work, any round object will work around the house. So but I will show you guys how to make with this. And let's just take our 20 gauge wire, open up a little bit and straighten the wire with your fingers or nylon job pliers, whichever you have available in your stash. Right now we don't need the ruler, we don't need the beads as well. So first we will make the frame. See, if I want to make the exact same thing, what I would do is I would put it in here. See this? So probably this is the size I went with. Maybe, yeah, this is the size I went with. 1 2 3 4 fifth round from the bottom. So I'm going to do the same, show you guys. I mean, we can do the bigger one, okay? So it doesn't matter. So 1 2 3 4 5 is the one we did. So we can just make a slightly bigger one. So just wrap this around this. Okay. Just slipped out of my head. Let me just grab it. So here we go. Just wrap this around the frame. Hold it. Then wrap. I know it's very difficult to, but just hold it tight. And then it's difficult to show on the camera, but if I have an ample amount of space, I wouldn't struggle this much. Okay, just wrap it around as close as possible. The coils should not overlap. It should be right against each other, right next to each other. So this is what I mean. This is a mess, but so once you have this, just hold it with your fingers. You can snip this excess off, okay, from the spool, and then hold it tight between your fingers. And then see this, it has to be right next to each other, the coils. Once you have the coils ready, this is how it will look like. See this, it's pretty much round. So I already have, see 1.25, so it overlaps. The overlapping area is not much, it's about say a centimeter overlap. So that's all you need. So what I do is I just eyeball it, but if you want you can measure and do the same thing, but I just eyeball it and then separate this coils a little bit, and I just cut about say 1.5. So this is what we need for the frame. And then always cut with the flush end. So the end piece should be flush. If not, you can cut a little bit more because we want it to be flush. Okay, so we have two pieces. I'll show you in the small one because this is the size I'm working with. So I'm just going to again split this ring apart, just move it a little bit more so that I have that space. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is, now that you know how to get to this point, all you need to do is take your round nose pliers. Okay, I felt it to be easier to do the bottom first. In this, when I made this earring, I did like a wrap around, as if like a hoop around the hoop, but here I'll show you guys how I did that. So take this one end of your pliers, don't distort the shape, so just hold on to the tip of the wire and make yourself a loop. Okay, and then just slowly bend this wire, and then want this to go inside. I know it's a little bit, just start to, and then take it inside that loop, and then you can make it. But before all of that, we need to load our beads. I'm gonna straighten that up for now because we haven't loaded our beads inside. So I have some steno seed beads here. This is from Hobby Lobby brand. It's not like Toho or Mayuki. This is Bead Treasures. This is steno. Sorry, this is not 10. This is 12. I'm so sorry. I was talking. In this video, I told this is 10, but this is 12. As long as the seed beads fit inside the wire, that's fine. That's all I care about. So anything from your stash will work as long as it fits through the 20 gauge. So what I did was I added a bead, a seed bead, a bicone, then a seed bead. So I alternated the seed beads and the bicones in this pattern, and I'm not wire wrapping it, I'm just adding it to the hoop itself. So this is a different version of the hoop earrings. So just a bead, a bicone, a bead, and a bicone. You can follow whichever pattern you like. You can just do bicones, just seed beads, whichever you want. But I thought this orange will beautifully pair with this antique bronze kind of a seed bead. So I like that. You can go fully all the way up till here. You can do that, or you can do what I did here. So I'll show you guys what I did. So add these. Let's count how many we have here. 3, 3, 7. 3, 3, 7. Okay, good. That's all you need. Last seed bead. Since this is not uniform, I am just eyeballing it and taking the beads which is a little bit uniform. Now that we are done with the beads, we need a ear wire, a jump ring, and this. And apart from the 20 gauge ear wire, you need 24 gauge ear wire as well. So now what I will do is I will just again make a small bend like that. Add this here. Take my round nose pliers. Just push this side inside. Take my round nose pliers. You can take your needle nose or tweezer nose pliers. Just push this inside a little bit. Okay, and then make a loop. Okay, once you make the loop, then you can adjust this earring, okay, to make it in a round form. And once you did that, all you need to do is take a piece of this is 20 gauge wire of 24 gauge wire. I have here say about 5 inches of wire. You don't need that much, but this is a leftover piece from the previous project that I'm using it. So all you need to do is hold it at the about say a centimeter or so, and then bend the wire. Okay, take the long end of the wire, put it inside, okay, and just pull it and start wrapping it. So again, put it inside. So if you have a longer wire, it'll be easier to wrap, but you will have to eventually use the short wire too. If you want, you can cut it off if you are not used to doing that wrap with the shortest wire. But if you want, you can save some wire and then wrap this end as well, and then squish all the coils so that they're right next to each other. There we go. So make sure that it is not all the way up till the end, because we need to match the other one. So here we go. That should be good. And you can snip this off, or you can wrap it with the short wire, however you're comfortable with. You can do so. I'm just wrapping it with the shortest wire. Tucking the tail in. Okay, and then again, once again, squish all the coils together with your pliers. Okay, so here we go. So I will do one more wrap with the longest wire. See how I'm holding it tightly? That's needed. Once you have it, it's about, say, this much wrap is more than enough. So now snip it off and run your pliers and tuck the tail in. So there we go. We have one end secured and nice. Now we have to think about the other one, the other side. So all you need to do is the same thing. Just hold the short tail and then start wrapping it. And then move it where you wanted it to be, not where it is. Once you have that, take the short wire and wrap it around. So this wire wrap is not concerning all the beads or touching the beads. It's just right against the beads, right after the beads are done. So why it is to have, a finished look. If you like the beads running around, you can do that. But if you don't want that to be running around and you want it to be stable, then this is the way to go. I like that stable look. Again, I'm squishing the coils and I'm pushing it all the way towards the bead section, because that's what I want. And then making sure the tail, there's a short tail. Okay, just push it out, because I don't want to squish the seed bead. So just push it out and then tuck the tail in. Once you do that, then push it back towards the beads. So now again, so you want this coil right next to the other ones, right? So you just push it, okay, and take it. This many coils is more than enough for me, but again I give one last squish and snip this off. Tuck that final coil and your tail thread. So now you can adjust it a little bit. And then after you do this, take up the piece of the 24 gauge wire, or else you can take a head pin if you want, but I have the 24 gauge wire. So what I'm going to do is add a leaf and then take my pliers, take the tip of the 24 gauge wire and bend it into a U and squish that U a little bit, and take the leaf all the way up till the end. Then take your round nose pliers, keep it on top, bend it at right angle. We are making a wrapped loop. Once you make the wrap loop, snip off the excess wire and tuck that tail in. We have our dangle ready. Now you need to take our jump ring. So I like to use the bent nose pliers to open and close the jump ring. So here we go. I just prepped it, open it like back and forth motion, take our leaf and then add it to the loop on the top. So it's a little bit tricky. Use your bent nose pliers, move the loop and then just close the jump ring. Once you're done, this is what it is. Just straighten this loop up. Okay, all you need to do now is to add your ear wire. So open up your ear wire, how you opened up your jump ring, back and forth motion, and then take this and add that loop to the ear wire. It's not enough gap. Hold on one sec. There we go. Then here we go. Beautiful earrings is done and ready. Very pretty fall colors. I think you guys like this. If you don't like the tangles, you can just make it like this. Without the tangles also, this will look pretty. But with tangles also, they look really pretty. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.